Walmart, the world's largest company. It's home right here in Arkansas. Arkansas, a state ranked second highest in the nation for gun ownership, a state where anyone can open carry without a permit at any time. But today, what Walmart did has not only Arkansas, but the entire nation talking. And we want you to join the conversation too. Here's what happened today. Walmart announced new policy, first saying it will discontinue the sale of handgun and short barrel ammunition. Second, the company is publicly requesting that customers refrain from openly carrying firearms in stores, even where state laws allow it. This all stems from mass shootings last month, one at a Walmart in El Paso, Texas. 22 people died in that massacre. Walmart's decision brings so many questions. Will other retailers follow? And does this move inch away at the rights of gun owners in our nation? Or should the company have adopted even stricter policies? You are no longer allowed to open carry in any Walmart store across the nation, even if the state is an open carry state. Also, they're banning handgun ammunition and other ammunition for short barrel rifles. And we are talking about this right now with Dr. David Gilliam. He's a business marketing professor at UA Little Rock. Thanks so much for being here.
Thank you.
We appreciate you being part of this conversation as well, because as someone who studies marketing, what Walmart does is going to influence any other business as well. Do you agree with that?
They're larger than the next several general retailers combined, and so they're kind of the great elephant in the room as far as retailing goes.
Does this move surprise you today?
I think so a little bit, but given the change in consumer sentiment since the Parkland shootings, I think that, and the very recent tragedy at a Walmart store, I think it's probably less so.
Well, it's interesting in their release today. I want to show you just a piece of what they released to the media here, sharing their best practices. What they were telling the media is this: we've committed to work alongside other retailers to make the overall industry safer. This is basically saying, Dr. Gilliam, hey, come along with us.
A little unusual in the retail world. You will occasionally see, for instance, airlines signal to one another. They'll say, we're going to raise prices on this route. They'll see if other airlines follow suit, and if they don't, they'll rescind the price increase. But it's very unusual for a retailer to say something like, yeah, hey, we've done this social thing. The rest of the retailers, we want to help you to accomplish this too. It's clear they see it as an ongoing social issue.
You know, there's a very loud voice right now from people who say now they're not going to shop at Walmart. They totally disagree with what Walmart's doing here. It's wrong. It goes against our Constitution. Walmart has to take that into consideration.
Well, they have a huge rural footprint for any retailer, probably larger, very much larger than any other retailer. And so in those conservative areas, there'll be a lot of people, and they tend to be consumers who have a very deep, passionate feeling about this topic. On the other hand, historically, people who are not pro-gun, who are even anti-gun, were less passionate about it. But since the Parkland shooting, I think that was kind of a watershed moment. We've had a lot of shootings since then, including the recent one at Walmart. I think that's changed the calculus for where consumers are at on this spectrum. I think consumer sentiment has changed. Walmart recognizes that. And this is mainly an attempt to realign their product lines and policies with consumer sentiment.
Well, Dick's Sporting Goods did this too after the Parkland shooting. Did they lose business?
They certainly did. And I think they took a long-term view, though. They realized that the people that came to their store were mostly interested in a baseball bat for Johnny and a soccer ball for Susie and some golf clubs for Dad and a kayak for Mom. They did not see those people as being very comfortable as having guns in the store in the long term. And so they made a long-term decision that gave them some short-term pain.
And here are some of your thoughts. I agree with Walmart. Very simple. Very shameful. They've made a decision that will have overreaching consequences, and this is an unusual decision for a business, says another viewer. Who cares about Walmart? I'd rather buy local anyway. Stopping the sale of ammo is dumb. The bad guys already have the ammo before they come in the store. LOL, silly. Won't shop at Walmart anymore, says another viewer, and no, what Walmart is doing won't make an ounce of difference. At Walmart, Kroger's, or any other business, what they're doing is opening the door to mass shootings. When will people ever learn that the Second Amendment gives the right to protect ourselves against any shooter? We certainly appreciate you writing in. We're continuing this conversation on Facebook, and we invite you to join us there. We've been talking about Walmart's new policy. Our poll results are in. Will other stores curb firearm or ammo sales like Walmart? 44% of you say yes, but 56% say no. And as we end the show tonight, after all the debate, the back and forth over who's right, one thing that Walmart CEO Doug McMillon said struck me, and it's this. At the very end of his letter to his associates, his last line says, quote, "The status quo is unacceptable." I don't think any of us would disagree with that. The CEO also mentioned recent mass shootings, whether at a Walmart, a school, or a church. They target our vulnerabilities as a nation and as a culture. We are all affected. Our sense of safety, security is hit every time this happens in America. This status quo, this new norm, is unacceptable. We do need something to change. I don't have the answer. I'm not sure Walmart does either, but there is a solution somewhere, as long as we keep having this conversation. Thanks for being a part of it. I assure you we've read every single message that's come in. Thank you. We'll see you tomorrow.